I taught my friend how to ride a bicycle today, even though she didn't need my help, honestly. She's doing amazing by herself, so I didn't do anything. It's all her work. She literally got it on the first try, so I'm very proud of her. Look at her again. Look at her go. I don't know if I ever showed you, but when I was in Toronto, I bought these red Bass Pro Shop t-shirts for a few of my friends and another work colleague that I've gotten close to, which I consider to be my friend. And she went to London last week, and she brought me this magnet. It's so freaking nice. I love it. Like, look at the graphics, so good. And a notebook, just so pretty. Look at the details. Wait, I'll show you. It's so freaking pretty. I like it so much. It's kind of shiny as well. Look. By the way, I was also born in London. Surprising. It's a fun fact about me. Whenever I tell people that I was born there, it's sort of like a shock because I never expected. It is 7:30 something. I'm trying to finish my eggs before I go to work. I had a completely different outfit on. Pink t-shirt with a white long skirt. However, can't complain right now because I don't have time. But the skirt is see-through and I just gave up on it because I wasn't so sure about it, even though I had safety shorts on. I don't know, I just wasn't sure about it. And yeah, now I'm about to go to work. I think I just need to buy a pair of biker shorts, so even if people see them, they'll know that they're biker shorts, because the safety shorts that I have right now are a bit too short in my opinion. going out with my friends. It's a wonderful day. It's so nice. This is my cool sis, Jay. So no brother and sister. What else?
No brother and sister, and
No friends. No family.
no, but like, we're both only children.
Oh no. Going to work. Try to film more but it's morning, guys. It's difficult. I'm sitting here eating cantaloupe, my favorite fruit ever. I have a wonderful view in front of me. I think you can tell by the reflection there's the sunset. Oh, look at that. Hey. And yeah, I'm loving summer so far. I love it when it's not hot, when I'm not burning. So yeah, just enjoying life. Hey clouds, I wanted to end this video with a brief book review and a show review, because I know this video was a bit, as I called it, nonsensical, but I was sick from the end of May and throughout June. It was literally oh my god, one of the most difficult months of my life. And I had so many plans to post so many things in me, and I could not. But I clipped some short parts, but it also explains why I look so pale and so tired. I had a horrible stomach flu, and I kept vomiting, and that just led to me being more anxious and just terrified about my health. But I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better. This heat made it a bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie, and just climate change, like I can tell it's gonna get worse every year, because I literally got sick. Like, my stomach flu went away, and then last week I got sick. I feel so congested, but I'm getting a bit better. And let's start with my book review first before I move on to my show. So, if you remember, I showed this, White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I got this last year for my Secret Santa, and I said that I was going to read it while I was in Canada. Of course I didn't. However, I did read the first story. I assumed that only I thought this book was only about white knights when I first got it, but no, it has 3 stories. The first story being A Nasty Business, The Meek One, and White Knights. I've only finished A Nasty Business first. Some of the things that I have to say about Nasty Business is that if you want to get to know what it was like under being, what was he? The character? I think he was some sort of like high-ranking general. The relationships between the generals, how they were paid, what Russian culture was like back then, how the people would interact with their superiors, the respect that they had for the superiors, and also the how do I say this, insecurities as well, because they worked for the state, so they got more benefits, but it also meant that everyone else was barely surviving. The funniest scene was when, of course, I'm gonna have spoilers, is when the general gets drunk and then someone else's mother takes care of him, which I personally enjoyed that scene because it's very universal mother language. Personally thought that it was boring. Unfortunately, I do understand although why people like Dostoevsky, because his way of describing things is just wonderful. It was like I was in the story, because the Meek one starts off with one of the generals finally moving into his new house, and then he calls his two other friends, and yes, the Russian names are confusing, so I'm not gonna try to pronounce the names. I don't even remember the main character's name, but thank God the story revolved only around one general. Otherwise, I already had such a difficult time keeping up, even though it was such a short story. And the scene that I'll never forget is when the main general, from when he leaves the house of his friend and he goes to his subordinate's wedding, the heavy snow, he had no carriage, he had to walk all the way to the main city. It was just wonderful. Honestly, it felt like I was there in St. Petersburg with the main general. Now moving on to Honoré de Balzac. I read The Atheist Mass. I immediately bought this because I'm an agnostic, so I don't know, I thought it was going to be more theological and religious. However, no, it was about human nature and gratefulness, and it was such a great story. This is my first piece from Balzac, and I loved it. There are two stories here, actually. One is The Atheist Mass, and then the second one is The Conscript. The Conscript was just skip it. In my opinion, I didn't see anything special from it. But the book starts with a quote, and it goes, "This is as much a mystery as the Immaculate Conception, which of itself must make a doctor an unbeliever." It's so freaking good. The story is about a doctor and one of his students who's about to be a doctor. And his student, so the doctor is known as a non-believer. He only believes in science. He's worked hard, and he's the best doctor in France. I believe surgeon. Yes, surgeon. And he identifies as an atheist. And one day his student sees him going inside a church and taking part in the mass. And he's shocked by the entire ordeal and doesn't understand why such a doctor that refers to himself as an atheist and sometimes looks down upon religious people is taking part in such a religious tradition. And just the backstory of why he goes there and how Catholicism is explored, and the French culture during Balzac's time is just wonderful. This is why I love short stories. Literally, when I read short stories like The Atheist Mass, this is the reason why I also want to pursue short stories more, because how many pages was this? This was only 27 pages, yet so much is revealed in these 27 pages. It's unbelievable. It's how can you say so much in such a short and limited space? I don't know, I love it. It was honestly so good. So yeah, so far, I'll give you an update when I do finish the other two stories from Dostoevsky, but The Atheist Mass is a must-read for me. And then moving on to Splendid Match. Splendid Match is a Chinese show, and I don't have much to say about it because I haven't finished it yet. However, I'll just tell you how it is. So it opens up and it focuses more on politics, family drama, Chinese culture, and how women were treated during that time. However, it is more political than romance, even though the title is called A Splendid Match. But the female lead, she's so smart. I love her because she's so freaking smart. And I love how she takes her time with marriage, even though, like, the male character, the male lead, he's portrayed as the perfect man. He's a gentleman. He speaks highly of women. He's careful when the other men around him are belittling women, and he's the perfect match. However, because of her trials and tribulations, she's unsure whether she wants to get married. And I love it because why should she get married? And there's so many scenes where she's like, I like him, but that's not enough of a reason for me to get married to him. I'm like, yes, exactly. So yeah, the first 15 episodes are so slow. So slow. It's the slowest slow burn you could possibly imagine. So if you like that, go ahead and watch it. And then 5 episodes of little bit of romance, just a little bit. Political drama again, and then romance. Slow burn, it's political drama, which I absolutely enjoyed because I was in the mood to watch something that's centered around political drama, and this one is so good because they explain who's who, what posts they hold, what their intentions are, and who are the enemies, who are the rivals, without like spoiling anything. But they hint at it, and then you just have to like kind of figure out. And there's so much intrigue, and there's so much scheming, and I love it. I don't know, I've been enjoying it a lot. Also, the costumes, so pretty. Literally, the costumes are so gorgeous. So yeah, this was it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe during this summer heat. We're burning in Europe right now, so stay safe, and I hope you don't get sick like I did. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.